I'm going to show you what I've made in December. Hi, I'm Alex and this is Gingerhead & Co, my sewing vlog. Today I'm going to talk about my makes from December, but before I start, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, and I do hope that the next year, the new year, 2021, is going to be much better. I know that some of us have struggled with this year, and for all of you who had it really hard, I'm sending you virtual hugs. I know it's difficult, and it's more difficult for some people, but I wanted to add something because it's very important. It's like the Queen's message. I think without my sewing community, I would have really serious problems coping with the situation. So thank you very much for all of you who've been watching, and all of you who have commented, and all of you who liked my videos, and all of you who contacted me, and all my sewing friends. And talking about sewing friends, I got something from Andy, and it made me so happy that you wouldn't believe it. One tiny thing can make you so happy. I got a hedgehog that is knitted by Andy. She's so clever. I love hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are probably my favorite animals, or they're definitely on top of the list. I call my husband Hedgehog. For you, he's Hedge Hubby, because you wouldn't know that I'm talking about a person, but look how beautiful it is. It's probably meant to be a girl, but it is a man in this house. It's gorgeous, and also my favorite color. I can't even explain how happy it made me. It might not be a huge thing for you, but for me, somebody taking time, thinking about me and making something and then sending it to me is amazing. I can't believe it. It's such an act of kindness, and we need them. So thank you very much, Andy. I'm not sure if you are watching, but thank you very much. It really made me happy. I also got something from Nellie. Thank you very much. It just arrived, and I didn't really have a proper look. I had a look through them. There are patterns, and there are vintage patterns that I didn't actually know. I've never seen anything like it, and some are really nice. I'm going to show you some of the line drawings. Some are wide-leg trousers, which I'm probably going to share with somebody because I'm not really a fan of wide-legged trousers, but I don't even know what they are. They are dressmaking pattern and they have numbers, but I don't know. They're from Canada, so thank you, Nellie. There are things like shirt dresses, and this particular one is amazing. I am definitely going to make it at some point in the future. I've got a stack of patterns waiting to be made, and I can't even prioritize any because all of them are priorities. So a bomber jacket, brilliant, with a hood. If it's not me, if it's not shouting me, I don't know what is. A shirt. I don't really wear shirts, but I can remake shirts into something else, and I make shirts for Hedge Hubby. A coat that is amazing. Or maybe it's a dress, I don't know. As I said, I didn't even have time to look at them. Another shirt. Well, there are plenty, so thank you very much, Nellie. I might, if you are interested, I might have a look through them with you if you want to see them. Anyway, again, an act of kindness for no reason whatsoever. I'm just an ordinary person, so the fact that somebody cares about me that much to commit their time, their effort, to spend some money sending the parcel from Canada, it's a big thing for me. It really is, because people matter. People matter more than anything else, and I think, especially in this situation, we should realize that this is the only thing that matters. Our friends, our family, people who care about us, we should care back. So I do care back, and that there is something coming here. Okay, I promised you makes, so the makes are coming. The first thing I'm going to show you, not the first thing I made, but the first thing that you can see here, is my coat. And this is the coat from wool that I bought in London, in Goldhope Road, on a trip with my sewing friends, which, well, I now remember with fondness, well, I'm getting nostalgic when I think about it. That was very special. The wool was very special, and I wanted to make something unlined because I couldn't decide which side to use, because I liked both sides. It's slightly pinkier, but it's purple. It's pinkier inside, purple outside. So, well, it was quite expensive and it was quite precious. So I wanted to make something that I would wear all the time. And it took me a year to decide what to make. But I made a coat from Burda. It's Burda 101. The pattern number is 101. It's from January 2020. And I had made this coat before in grey. And I didn't really like it when I made it, or I didn't like making it. But I've been wearing the grey coat every day. I stopped myself from wearing it because I've got plenty of coats. So I thought, well, it just calls to be made again. I had a problem with the colour and you helped me a lot. I got loads of amazing comments with advice what to do. And I know, yes, I do agree that I put the colour upside down, but it just didn't fit. Anyway, I just didn't really care whether it fits in the pattern or not. I think I made a mistake the previous time when I was shrinking the coat. When I sized down, because I sized the patterns down, and I must have made a mistake there. Anyway, I didn't care. I didn't want to do it again, so I just redrafted it. I redrafted the colour and I made it my way. And I don't know if it's definitely not professional. I don't know if it's correct, but it works for me. And I love the coat. The coat is slightly cocoon shape. It's got one closure, so you could put a snap that you sew in, but I like my snaps. It's kind of Alexisizing my coats. I like snaps that are proper snaps. They make everything more me. And it's a very simple coat. So cocoon shape, the shawl collar. It's got two-part back. The sleeves are, well, very simple. They are grown-on sleeves, so easy to put in. It is an easy coat to make when you know what you are doing. So this time it didn't take me long, although sewing coats for me is always time-consuming, but I love it, and I love pressing wool. I love working with wool. I am addicted to wool. I like the smell. I like everything about it. And this coat is quickly turning to be my favorite. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's got pockets, and that's it. There is no embellishments or anything else. And I like it because for me it's contemporary. It's never going to be extremely fashionable, but that's fine by me because I'm not really aiming at being extremely fashionable. I still have this contempt at the back of my head. I've got the contempt for fashion, for high fashion, and it's very difficult to overcome that. It's just not quite me. So that's perfect. It's understated, and it's just very me. I'm going to try it on, but you're probably not going to see that much. I'm going to try it on now. It's super soft. The wool is not very scratchy, and I'm not allergic. I don't have any allergies. Can you hear me? I don't have any allergies, so I can wear it like that. It doesn't really scratch, and I love it. I made the sleeves slightly longer. I will have to insert some footage of me bouncing around. I just feel very comfortable and very happy in this coat, and the color is beautiful. Again, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, the normal time to video something, right? So the light is not brilliant, but the light in my room is not brilliant. Anyway, I got 2 more lights now, so hopefully my sewing videos are going to be better. What do you think about the coat? I love it, and it will remind me of Shan from Kittenish Behaviour, of all the people I met in London, or all the people that I knew, but I met again in London. I miss that. I miss our meetups, and I really miss our sewing community, seeing them face to face, because people face to face are always better, always, than on social media. Even if they're lovely on social media, they're far better in real life, always. Right, and there is nothing really to say because I made a whole video about this coat, so I'm not going to go on about it. I just love it, and that's it. And I put my label in, and I didn't really do anything with the seams, so they're overlocked, because again, it's me, and I like the look. I like the industrial look, the kind of modern. For some reason, I call it a German look, because when I was growing up, we used to go to Germany for rave parties and all that. So it's probably because I was born and brought up in Poland, in the north of Poland. So we used to travel to Hamburg or, well, whatever. We would go shopping to Germany or partying to Germany. And Germany then had the best parties. I'm not sure how it is now, but if anybody from Germany is watching, do you still have the best parties? For me, it's very young as a society, very mentally young as well, kind of following the ideology that is very close to my heart. Well, in places, obviously. I've got family in Germany, by the way, but they're not watching. So that's it. And the pain. I had to finish certain things by hand, which is not my favorite thing. So the pockets are kind of stitched invisibly by hand because my blind hammer did the hem, yeah, but refused to go over very thick seams. So yeah, the first time ever, it disappointed. I mean, it went through the seams, but it left some gaps, which is not acceptable. I can't even explain how much I love it. It's super soft, smells of wool. It was quite expensive, so hopefully it will last forever. And I am going to wear it every day. Another outer layer. There are going to be some outer layers today in this vlog. Another jacket is from Berda again, but I have to check the number. It's Berda pattern number 104 from September 2018 from the magazine. And it's an unlined jacket again because I was experimenting trying to find the best pattern I could. That's why I've made quite a few unlined jackets recently, because I wanted to see if my wool could be used for something else. For like this jacket, it's a hooded jacket. It's got elasticated waist and elasticated cuffs. So I quite like it. It's meant to be for walking the dogs, so it's very casual and quite sporty. The hood is unlined, which bothers me. I don't think I'm going to make something like that again. I would line the hood next time. But it's a nice jacket. It was not difficult to make. Again, 2-part back. The sleeves are set in, and there is a zip closure at the front, and it's hemmed, and that's it. And there are pockets in the sides, so side seams pockets that are quite small for me. I think they should be bigger, but there is also an option of other type of pockets, patch pockets, because there is a longer version of the jacket, and I was actually making the longer version of the jacket at first, but it was slightly too long. I didn't like it, and I thought it would look better if the longer part, the panel here with the pockets, would be in a different color, because of the pattern and because of the check on my fabric, it wouldn't match perfectly everywhere. It just wouldn't, because the panel is like made out of one part at the back, for example, so you lose the seam allowances, so it's impossible to match the pattern, the check everywhere, which is an issue which I didn't think about before I started. I hadn't thought about before I started making the jacket, so I decided to go for the short option, which is not so short for me. And yes, it's super comfortable, it fits, which is great, because that's size 36, and again, I sized it down. Size 36 is around 6'8". It really depends what you consider 6 or 8 in the UK. It usually is too big for me, size 36 in Berda. So I made it a bit smaller. Again, I think I just skipped the seam allowances in places. I don't think I changed the length of the jacket, no, definitely not. And I think I added a bit to the hood because I prefer bigger hoods. So my hood is just tiny little bit bigger. And that's the hood. Sorry about my hair, it's still wet, but did I mention it's 5 o'clock in the morning, so I have to wash my hair because I'm going to work. That's the hood. The hood is 3 parts, so you've got this panel here. Again, I struggled a bit with like matching, so I decided to go this way, and then the check is this way. I didn't really care that much about pattern matching. I mean, I was trying to, but not too much. Trying to invisible places. There are facings, and it's unlined. And I like the elasticated waist. I think it looks really nice. It kind of cinches it in, and you look more shapely. And the sleeves, I do love the sleeves because I like cuffs that are elasticated. I like ribbing. you've seen any of my videos, you know, and it's super comfortable and it is a perfect dog walking jacket. Maybe I would add another pocket, maybe like a breast pocket, patch pocket here, because I might need some more space for various things that I carry around when I walk my dogs. Well, I mean poo bags, but I just didn't want to mention it in case you are watching it while eating your breakfast or something. The zip in my case is slightly too long, so my hem was shorter because, as I said, I had intended to make the longer version. So I bought the zip for the longer version and I didn't have a shorter zip. But it works, it's fine. It zips and it's just made the hem a bit shorter. But I'm very happy with it. Now I'm going to struggle because it's obviously a video, so something is going to go wrong. But yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, I feel like a little girl because I used to have a jacket like that. So kind of almost like a parka jacket with a hood. So yeah. But I love it, and the fabric, you might know, it's from Colville, so it was really inexpensive. It sewed really, really well, and I really like it. I would definitely recommend it if you can lay your hands on it, because I think it was either 15 or 20 pounds per 3 meters, which makes it a very cheap jacket. It sounds awful, but yep, I'm going to wear it quite a lot. I needed that, so I made it. And outer layer number 3. A coatigan that is self-drafted, and I had made something like that before, but it looked different. I'm not good at drafting patterns, but sometimes when I spend a lot of time, they do work. So I mainly use books. I can't really do it like from my head or whatever, but yeah, that is one of the things that I really like and I'm going to repeat. And I needed a coatigan for the office, but I think I might wear it outside more than inside because it's quite mild. I mean, it's not a very cold country in general, but sometimes when it gets cold, my office gets cold. So I thought I would wear it in the office, just keep it in the office. But it might be better as a coatigan as it is. I added ribbing here and I added my fancy ribbing with gold sparkly thread inside to the color, so it looks a bit like a bomber jacket, and it closes with snaps because, again, snaps are something that would define me. I like snaps. Can you hear me? Because I covered my mic. When I open it, you can probably hear me better. It is, again, a cocoon shape cardigan that I made in coating fabric, so it's slightly denser. It is loose weave, and you might know this fabric again. The fabric is from Colville because I was experimenting, and I love it. It's very warm and very soft, and it's like chenille but without the fluffy bits. So the weave is as loose as in the chenille fabric. Brilliant. I think I'm in love with it, and it again very much my style. The sleeves are dolman sleeves, one of my favorite type of a sleeve. Nothing else to say about it. It's very simple. I don't know, I spent 2 hours making it, perhaps. Yeah, because, well, that bit, that you have to get it right, and I got it right. I don't know if you can see it, but I did get it right. So it's as I wanted. It is just slightly overlapping to make sure that it looks neat when it's closed. I didn't have any more ribbing, this ribbing, so that's why I used black ribbing for my cuffs. And yeah, love it. And I'm going to wear it loads. Now the layers of another kind. They have been worn, so they're dirty now. But I made 2 t-shirts, jackets, whatever, jumpers for Lily, for my dog Lily. One is with the longer cuff, well, the longer collar, let's say. It's with ribbing here a bit longer to keep her little throat warm. The ribbing is also here, and the openings for legs are finished with ribbing. I made a video how to make this sort of jumper or t-shirt or whatever, so you can watch it and you can make your own. You don't need a pattern, you draft your own pattern, and it should suit your dog. You might make a muslin. The other one is this one, exactly the same, so without the longer shawl collar. But the legs openings are finished with the same ribbing. I cover stitched everything, so it's top stitched. We're using a cover stitch. looks like that inside. And yeah, they fit her, and she needed them because she, you know, all the lockdown and everything, she's put on some little weight, and for her it's actually a lot. It's like 2 dog sizes. We need to work on that, but the D word in this house is banned. Seriously, it's like a swear word. Well, swear words are not banned in my house, but we don't diet here. In this house, there is no diet. It's a crime. So Lily just gets new clothes when she puts on weight. We'll work on it. We'll just have more walks. Yeah, do you like it? The fabric is French terry from dressówka.pl. It's scraps, so I made, I think, either sweatshirts or hoodies for myself, and I had some left. I probably made them a year or even 2 years ago, because I don't even remember what I made. I made a dress in this one, and a top in this one, a raglan sleeve casual top that I really like and still wear. That's it. She loves them. They fit. They protect her from dirt, so all the dirt is here. They're warm enough, but they're not super warm, but they're warm enough, definitely warm enough for England. And I made some presents for Christmas, and 2 of them are the same pattern, but I tweak patterns a lot. So you might be surprised that I tell you the number of the pattern and it looks different. It's a hoodie for a man, and it's from Berda Style magazine. It's pattern number 120 from December 2018, quite an old pattern, but I do change the pattern. So the first one, and you might have seen the tutorial for this one, I actually recorded most of that, but not everything is going to be published. But this is an unlined hood and raglan sleeves. I added lengths because I needed that, and the pockets are patch pockets, but they're inside, they're cover stitched. That's top and bottom cover stitching here, and finished with ribbing. Well, 2 of them. Obviously, I'm really sorry that it's unironed, but I have to iron it and wrap it up and give it to someone. That's why I'm not going to do it twice, and I really wanted to record it before it's gone. So that's my dog's hair. That's the ribbing that I used. It's single fold. Again, this one is from dressówka.pl. I'll link it in the description of the video. They do ship to the UK. By the way, somebody was asking about the Polish shops and the ones that shop in the UK. I made a whole video about it. So the description box is full of links to the Polish shops that I use to send things over here to the UK. And they usually ship all over Europe. I'm not sure about the States. That might not happen, I don't know, but well, anyway, so I'll link the video with the shops somewhere, either here or down there in the box. So scroll down, open the box, and there will be links for things. Back to the pattern, but there isn't that much about the pattern that I want to say. Again, raglan sleeves, unlined hood. The hem is also cover stitched with top and bottom cover stitch. And I do like the process of doing that, because my new machine makes it so much easier, so much more enjoyable as well. And the hood is not overlapped in this one, but I usually like overlapping my hoods because they don't open as you walk or as you run, or whatever you run in your hoodies. Wow. Anyway, that's present number 1. Then 2 t-shirts for Hedge Hubby from the fabric that you might know from my haul. I can't find the t-shirts. I've made too many things. So it's from Fabric Shop PL. I should remember, shouldn't I? This one is the one with Black Panther and with red ribbing, and it is cover stitched everywhere, but I used only bottom cover, so that's 3 needles. It's hemmed in the same way, and the pattern that I use for my favorite, or Hedge Hubby's favorite t-shirts, is free. It's from Love Sewing magazine. I'll link it below. And it's from Great British Sewing B book, but I don't remember which season. The PDF version is still available on Love Sewing magazine, but no instructions. And I like it because it's got this triangular, like inverted triangle shape, which is probably an ideal for a man because the shoulders are bigger. Well, men tend to be bigger in the shoulders and kind of narrower towards the waist, but not as narrow as women. So it sort of accentuates that, which is nice because it fits most men. Well, it's not unflattering, I would say. And yeah, the t-shirts were very easy to make. Again, I recorded bits because I was just practicing my cover stitching and I wanted to see how I do that. I often record myself just to see how I do things. So you might see bits of it in the future because I was going to talk about industrial machines. Some people were asking about it. We'll see how it goes. That's the t-shirt, and the other one is, the fabric is from the same shop and you might recognize it. It's the fish. All of that is French terry. I use a lot of French terry. So the same pattern and the fabric is from the same shop. And the ribbing is orange. The finishes are the same, so all the cover stitching is done on the cover stitch, but with 3 needles, not top and bottom. And I use the same fabric for everything. Nothing else to add. The other Bada hoodie from the same pattern, so 120 from December 2018. Yeah. And this one is again for a tutorial because of the pockets. So the pockets look like that. They're cover stitched top and bottom. It's just playing, you know, it's good to have fun. And the hoodie is unlined again because I wanted to hem it, and the top and bottom cover is also used for hemming in this one, and the cover is perfect, so I wouldn't do it just like that freehand. But the hemming attachment works really well. You don't have to think, you can just go do it like that. And I use the same color ribbing, so it's melange. The ribbing is from minka.com, but it's the same color. So my favorite ribbing is the right weight. It is slightly heavyweight, so if your machines struggle with something heavier, that's probably not the best ribbing for you, but it works really well. It's very sturdy. It lasts forever because I've been using it for ages. Well, for like 3 years. And that's it. That's the console thingy. And the sleeves are made out of Ponte. That is French terry. Again, it's a present. Another present. I'll have to finish soon because I have to go to work. That is, again, for Hedge Hubby. And I used House of Akong pattern, Wear Anywhere sweatshirt, I think it's called. But I color blocked it. And I made a video on how to color block things, anything you want. But my files got corrupted, so if I can rescue anything, I'll post that. If not, I'll have to do it again. There are very simple rules for color blocking, but there are some rules. Again, I did add pockets, and the lining is from the same French terry, so the French terry with wales. Everything is top stitched using the cover stitch, and in this case it is 3 needles, top and bottom cover. The fabric, this one, French, well, no, both of them are from fabricshop.pl, and it's got orange stars. That's why I used orange. Orange is my favorite top stitching thread, and this is my best top stitching thread. So the gold and the orange, they are the best quality top stitching thread that I have. The pockets are the same, but because of the panel, yeah, they might look different. Do they look different? Yep. And I used cuffing here, so it is folded, right? So it's two-sided. You fold it and then you stitch it. But I used plain one for this because this one is very sturdy and I didn't really want it to be that sturdy. And that's the back. I made some changes to the pattern, so I added 2 inches to the length, no more, 4 inches to the length, sorry. And I used size 16, but I made the bands, all the bands, smaller. I'm talking about the pattern from House of Akong. Yes, it's a pattern for women, but I don't see the point. I mean, what's the difference? There are no darts. It's a very, very simple pattern. It's a brilliant pattern to have some fun with because you can do so many things. The pattern doesn't have pockets. The original pattern doesn't have pockets or color blocking. But yeah, so what? You can do whatever you want. You've learned to sew, so you can experiment. You can have fun. It's your world. Nobody is going to say anything. And finding your creativity is extremely satisfying. I would recommend this pattern because it's very, very hackable. So you can buy one pattern and make 10,000 things if you wish. Right, I've got something else. Well, I had another present that I've already sent to my sister and she has already received it as I speak. but I didn't really take a lot of photos, so I'll insert some really bad photos or some footage of me trying the dress on. But it wasn't a dress for me, it was a dress for my sister who's taller, so it doesn't really look that great on me. And I made it from velvet that I got in Colville, and it's beautiful. The velvet is beautiful. It's stretch velvet, but it's very slippery. It's not that great to work with. I mean, it just kind of wanders off on its own. And I used a Simplicity button, Simplicity 8945, but I tweaked it a lot. So I removed the sleeves, I removed the ties because my sister didn't want the ties. I took it in slightly in the bodice, but left the skirt part as it was. I made it longer for her, but it's fine. In the button it was longer because I made it shorter for myself. I had made it before, and I removed this slightly offensive in my eyes neckline because it was very phallic for me. Sorry, but it just was. Once you see that shape, you can't really unsee it. So I made it very simple, round neckline. She's got it. I don't know if she likes it because I only know that she's got it, but I don't know if she has even seen it. Right, I do need to finish, so if there is anything else, you are going to see it in the next video. Have a very lovely, calm, peaceful, very happy Christmas, and hold on, it's going to be better. The next year is just bound to be better. It must be better. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye.